Who has cable in here? Raise your hand, be honest. I do. Right. You see where we're getting? MICMA is the Michigan Community Media Association. Little did we know that MICMA's advocacy on the state level with legislation would take such a forefront push for us in our activities. In the past, it was usually just working with different centers, instructional materials, touring studios, and just giving support to one another. And then legislation happens that wanted to kind of end our funding or could have impacted it greatly. Public Act 480 of 2006, which came around as kind of a uniform video franchising, video service act for the state of Michigan. 2 years ago, HB 4965 came up, and that was going to modify PA 480 and exclude all streaming services from the provisions inside PA 480. It changed everything we were doing. And we had to really dig in and learn how to build coalitions, how to get legislators on board or informed of what this bill would mean if it were to pass. We could have seen our funding go away in an instant.
All of the executive directors at all the stations throughout Michigan and all of our employees are working on telling the cable story and how the fees are not just cable fees for the cable department, but also provide resources for roads and public safety and parks. Those fees are the way that cable companies pay for the use of the rights of way, which is where the cable runs. MICMA decided on a day that we would all go to Lansing, and we coordinated meetings in order to meet with our representatives. First, to educate them on what is the difference between community television and public television, because there's a lot of confusion there. And then what do we see as a possibility going forward in changing the legislation. So one of the things that we're focused on now is the Metro Act, because that is an act that came into being in 2002 to stimulate internet services throughout the state, and the fees attached to that, which is decided at the state level, are 5 cents a foot. And if you look to other states in the country, they're paying $1 or even $2 a foot. And so as more access is granted via the Metro Act, and they're not paying fees that are sustainable, so people are going to switch from cable to fiber, and that's expected. And what we need to do is update the legislation so it keeps up with technology. YouTube wasn't even around in 2002. YouTube was started in 2005. So that's just kind of a benchmark as far as where the legislation really needs to be changed.
We try to educate those around us of the importance of having this resource. Once it goes, it can't come back. It's difficult to start from scratch anyway, to have a community media center.
It was really important to testify before the committee related to HB 4965. And Ian was one of the people that did that, and he did an amazing job. A lot of us never expected to be doing that kind of work, but we are all doing it now because that's what's required in order to keep the stations up and running and the fees coming into the general funds for the state of Michigan.